This is the Impulsive Thinker podcast, a show for high-achieving ADHD entrepreneurs. Together, we will inform and educate you about how to improve your self-awareness while developing systems, routines, and habits for conquering the entrepreneurial world. Here is your host, André Brisson.
Hey there, André the Impulsive Thinker. Are you struggling to find the balance between structure and systemization in your ADHD brain? Well, let's explore the difference because we need to use structure to thrive as a growth mindset ADHD entrepreneur. Okay, so in short, the ADHD brain, believe it or not, thrives with structure. It might sound odd or counterintuitive, but structure we thrive on. But lots of friction is created with systemization. That's two different things. Structure we do well on. We are able to stay in the lane and get things done a little quicker. But systemization, I think it's really almost like an allergy to the ADHD brain. So, you know me, I'm going to start off with definitions first. I got it from Google. Don't want to misrepresent them. So organize, according to Google, which I believe they're taking it off the Oxford Dictionary, is organize is to arrange into a structured whole order, okay? And a system is a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method, okay? Now, systematize, arrange according to an organized system, make systematic. Just reading that makes me sick to my stomach for some reason. Now, structure is construct or arrange according to a plan, give a pattern or organization to. To me, system and systemization really has a repressive feel to it, and it seems restrictive. There's too many rules, too many things in place. And there's nothing, I'm not saying I'm against systemization, having many systems. It's just for my ADHD brain, especially in the entrepreneurial world, especially growth mindset entrepreneurs, it's very restrictive. I got to follow all these rules to make up new things, and it doesn't work well. And the ADHD brain needs a little more freedom to play. But if we allow that play to go rampant, then we're definitely getting nothing done efficiently, effectively, and we're going down so many rabbit holes, and it gets very problematic, and we get overwhelmed, and we start to burn out. So I think that systemization creates our ADHD brain to fight. It will fight it. So therefore, I had to find the right balance of structure, rules, and habits for managing my ADHD symptoms so they can become and stay as strengths, right? And that really helped me stay on track with goals and priorities once I created the structure. And that's what I call my ADHD structure model, okay? So the ADHD structure model is number one, environment control. Number two, creating habits. And the third one is setting rules for yourself. And this all has to do with you, not other people imposing this on you. So in order for you to minimize distraction and impulsivity, and you know what? Because of all that maintenance, you will reduce your emotional dysregulation. By controlling the environment, you minimize the distractions and impulsivity. It provides you guardrails, or some other people call it scaffolding. Okay, so it keeps guardrails to keep the ADHD brain on track and focused on goals. And don't remember, I'm referring to ADHD focus here. So it's not, if we're not hyper-focused, we need to have some sort of focus that we can get things going. So I use this analogy of the bowling alley. Okay, so if you go to the bowling alley, we got a nice long lane, wide road, a wide lane, but we got two gutters on the side. So if you hit the ball in the gutter, it goes out, you lose points. But when kids are playing, they actually put up little bumpers on the side of the lane so that the ball doesn't go into the gutter. It bounces out. And that's what I like about the ADHD structure. It gives us bumper rails on a bowling alley. If we get too close, we hit it, we bounce back. Hopefully it's not at such a speed that we jump, like we hit the bumper go over into the gutter, but at least it bumps us back, but we still have a wide lane to play. And that's what's very important for our ADHD brain, is to have the freedom to play. Just like, especially entrepreneurs, when we get to play, we create amazing, unique solutions that no one's ever thought of, but we're given that freedom to play. But if we're stuck in a systematic, organized system that says this is the only way you can do it, we fight it, then there's quote unquote symptoms come out, and then people find that a problem and they won't allow the brain to play. So that's why I think it's very important that we have our own ADHD structure. Okay, so, but how do you control your environment or organize your environment to lower distractions, to lower impulsivity, to lower emotional dysregulation, and for me, for the hyperactivity, especially if it's mental or physical? Okay, so for me, I've described a couple times, my office is full of whiteboards, and there's nothing much on the walls because it's less distracting. I do not have shelves that has books in my office, so I don't, I saw that book. Oh, geez, I was thinking about that the other day, so I'm going to get that distraction. All that stuff's out of my office. I have an empty, well, maybe not right now, but most times my desk is clear, and the only thing I'm working on at that time is what I need to work on the project. Less distractions. I turn notifications off on the TV. On the computer. I turn off the phone. I'll even leave my phone outside the office if I really need to get to. So that is creating a safe environment. Now, my habits, well, the habit, if I got to really focus on something, I'm not expecting calls. My habit is to give my phone to Sarah, my assistant. My coffee circuit in the morning. I walk into the office, I just turn on my laptop. I go make a coffee. I read a couple articles. Those habits get certain things done, but at the same time, it sets my brain up as a transition to get into work. I get up in the morning, my clothes is all picked out. All I have to do is dress, go downstairs, get my pills. Everything I need for the next day is at the door, ready to go. Those are the habits I do the night before to make sure I don't have to use a lot of my mental energy the next morning. Those are habits. And when they become subconscious, now I call them kind of routines. Now, the rules is very important. You can't have rules if you do not have a safe workspace or environment control and you have habits already formed, okay? So rules, for example, before I start a next project, I need to have certain things done. In order for me to, like a lot of times is I need to do these two things on my focus maximizer before I can go have a break, or if I can go look at emails. I will not look at emails first thing in the morning when I get to the office. The first hour or two is just to do what I already determined I need to get done, especially my high focus times. So you got certain rules in place. I will not answer phone calls Friday afternoon, or like work phone calls Friday afternoon, because everyone wants to do everything they're rushed and they forgot to call you the Monday. So now it becomes your problem the Friday afternoon, therefore ruining my Saturday. No more. Made the rule. That was a big emotional regulation decision on my part. So what I want you, the listener, is to start experimenting, creating your own ADHD structure and to support your entrepreneurial goals. If you need help, I'll be happy to help you with that. And if you want, we can do an exploration call to discuss if we can work together. So let me tell you one thing. The rules is what really keeps me in practice, and it helps me with my early warning system. So even rules to the point with my team. Do not ask me a question just a couple of minutes before you leave for the day. That's a rule. But it keeps you in track, and it's also part of your early warning system of a trigger. So a lot of the rules I have in place has to do with a trigger of mine. So how do I prevent that trigger from happening? By creating a set of rules. And when your ADHD brain has a structure to follow and you use it to execute your goals and not chasing down rabbit holes or going down multiple tangents, you will find you are going to execute projects a lot quicker. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be ecstatically perfect and execute it 100% like everyone else. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying bumper rails in a bowling alley. We have a wide lane, but instead of going over 5 lanes to the left or 2 to the right, we'll stay in ours and get on our straight path to our goals. And that helps. And it's not a system. It's not a systemization. We still have freedom to think and play. And that's the most important thing as an ADHD growth mindset entrepreneur, is that we have the room to play. Thanks again for listening. And I'd like to hear what you think about this. Take care. The ADHD transformation program has launched and it's working. Clients are saying it's changed their lives and I am their ADHD hack. So go to tacticalbts.com/ATJP for more information. I want you to join and learn your own ADHD vocabulary and to learn that you're not stupid and we can make you work effectively.
Thank you for listening to the Impulsive Thinker podcast. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, please visit theimpulsivethinker.com. The Impulsive Thinker podcast is produced by Tactical Breakthroughs and hosted by André. Remember, ADHD is only a part of you, not all of you.